Welcome to the Impactful Introvert podcast. I'm your host, Seema Pateel, an introverted business coach and a mom of two. My genius shines in helping introverted women map out a simple and sustainable marketing strategy tailored to their goals and introverted personalities. Every week, I'll share with you how you can simplify your marketing so that it is sustainable. After all, you started your business to serve clients and make an impact, not to master marketing. So, let's jump right in. Hi there. Welcome to another solo episode with me, Seema Pateel. So, did you start listening to this podcast episode because you wanted to know how you can sign a client today? Like, what is the magic formula? Because you've been staring at the empty spots on your client roster, wondering when and how you'll fill it. You know what you need to do to sign clients, but you still find yourself struggling to do the tasks that will help you sign a client. And I know this because I've been there exactly where you are right now. See, you know you need to create content. So you try to gather your thoughts a little bit, and then the doubts start flowing in. What kind of content? How much content? And why is the algorithm holding your content hostage when you do post? See, you know that you need to engage with people if you want engagement on your content. But as an introvert, that is the very last thing you want to be doing. You know that you have to have sales conversations, you have to get people on discovery calls, but no one wants to have these conversations with you. At least it feels like that. Or is it that you only think that you know how to sign clients? That as soon as you sit down to do the work enthusiastically, you feel clueless or even overwhelmed because the way you think is the right way, the best way to produce the results, the way to sign a client involves at least 20 elaborate steps, and almost all of them take up your time and energy, but none of them will bring a client in today, at least not for a few weeks. So you do the next best thing to sign clients. Get better at filling the gaps that will help you sign a client, like signing up for courses. When you've decided you're serious about signing clients and you want to do it properly, you may have signed up for a course or two. However, you find yourself in the same situation after a few months of completing this course. I know why this happens because I have experienced it too. Or sometimes you sign up for freebies. Since you started your business, you've always been on the lookout for freebies to help you crack the code to signing clients. The problem seems to have been exacerbated by the current explosive growth in summits and bundles. I know because I have been a contributor to bundles and participant of bundles. You're inundated with the free stuff with more overwhelm than a solution to your problem. And you subscribe to multiple podcasts and YouTube channels. Thank you for listening to my podcast. I really appreciate you giving me your valuable time and invaluable attention. But I'm going to call you out on your constant podcast binging so that you find the best way to sign clients now rather than later. Instead of helping all of these various ways you've been trying to find, just add to the confusion. It's like the saying, the more you know that you don't know. The deeper you go into learning about a topic, like, say, nailing your messaging, you realize that there are things you need to fix before you get to the messaging part. The expert will tell you that messaging works best when you know your ideal client, when you have a irresistible offer, etc. And the ideal client avatar exercise you've done has kept you feeling meh. So now you're going to go looking for podcasts or courses that talk about niching and finding your ideal client persona. The more you dig, the deeper you get into the learning phase. Then you start resenting that you don't have the money to invest in more courses, or that your business is feeling like an expensive hobby. I want you to let these feelings go for just a moment. Take them all, put them in a beautiful box, close the lid, and toss that box with all your might. Now, all you will do until you've signed at least one client from right now is one, to meet people, and two, to invite these people to work with you. So scary, I know. I have felt the fear gush up through my heart to my throat so many times when I've thought about how simple yet hard the process of signing a client is. But think about it. Everything you find experts sharing in their content is to do to these two things. The IG hacks that social media managers share, it is not so that you become amazing at Instagram. They are sharing all of their processes and hacks and tips just so you can start signing clients. They have a job, they make sales only because you are struggling to sign clients and they know how to help you. The launch strategists who are constantly helping you have easy launches, effortless launches, even they want to help you. They want to help you have launches so that you can gather a group of new people who are new to you and share about your offers with them and convert some of these people to working with you, to your clients. The funnel experts do the same. They want you to sign clients, and their chosen way is funnels because they are experts in that. The content strategists are giving you all of these content planners for free, the content ideas and their predictions for the year, etc. Not because they love content so much. It's just because they want to help you sign clients using content strategy. But you see, all of these amazing ideas are keeping you feeling stuck rather than helping you take action. Here's what I recommend you do. Instead of solving all the gaps like your offer, positioning, pricing, or messaging, reverse engineer a sales process that you will feel more comfortable with. That's the engineer in me speaking. Here's what I mean. All of the things are important, but not right now. None of them is urgent. What's urgent is how are you going to meet new people every day? And how are you going to invite them to start working with you? So, what is the result you want? Let's reverse engineer. Let's see what reverse engineering looks like. For me, I want the introverted lady who is a graphic designer to say yes to working with me in my one-on-one 6-month long high touch coaching container. So, what does she need to know so that she says yes to me on a sales call? She needs to know that my offer can help her sign clients sooner than she can do it herself. That's the end goal she has. She also needs to know that I can help her overcome the struggles that she has based on her personality as an introvert, and that I know how to guide her in taking the actions that will result in her signing clients and not let her keep repeating the same cycles that she's been doing right now, and as a result, not seeing any clients. So how this can translate to your business is that your clients need to know what you offer. They need to believe that your way, your process, your framework, your methodology, etc., is the way that will help them get the results they want. And they need to trust that you can actually help them. So once you figure out the answers to these three, your sales calls are going to be easier. How do you do this? Let me share 3 ways using content. First, let your social media content answer these questions for you. The questions again. What is your offer? What do they need to believe that your way, your process is the one that will help them get the results? And how can they trust that you can help them? The second thing is practice talking about these answers to these three in your sales conversations. Do not start a sales conversation without having rehearsed, at least to some extent, how you're going to talk about your offer as it relates to the person sitting in front of you, how you're going to talk about your process as it relates to the person sitting in front of you, and how you're going to build trust so that the person sitting in front of you can trust you to help them. Lastly, create long form content where you talk about the answers to these three in as much depth as possible, because you don't always want people to have conversations with you and only then sign you. After a certain point, you will have less time because you'll have more clients, and then you want your marketing to happen kind of on autopilot as much as possible. So start creating the long form content and answer these questions in as many different ways as possible. Now, there are nuances to this approach, but you'll figure them out when you have the smaller yet significant shifts in place. What I mean is, when you start implementing, you will notice the way that you're talking about your offer is either not very clear to the person who is ready to say yes, or it is clear, but they still have certain question that you're missing answering when you're talking about your offer, so on and so forth. So there are nuances to this approach, but you will be able to figure out and solve them without having to overhaul everything, just by making small shifts. But those shifts cannot happen in a vacuum. You have to put all of this out, all of the content out. You have to put yourself in front of people, talk to them so that you know what shifts need to be made. Now, what will help someone get to know you and know that you can help, and then want to get on a call with you? Because we solved for they are on a call and what will help them say yes. Now it's time to figure out how you can get them on a call. The answer is marketing and promotion. Forget what you know about marketing and promotion now. We are not looking at anybody else, because your business is not like anybody else's. You are not like anybody else. You are not huge. You are not experienced selling this particular offer. Even if you are experienced in selling, every new offer will take you through the same steps of identifying what's connecting with your people for the ready buyer, identifying what's not connecting and how you can help them see, how you can help them make the connection, etc. So understand that you, as a solo service-based business, have a certain capacity for clients. So you don't have to market your services like a content creator or a course creator or a product-based business. So your approach to marketing is going to be different. You don't need to post 3 times a day. 3 times a week works if you do it consistently. So what is it that you have to do to market and promote? My recommendation always is content marketing over everything else until you find your marketing groove and figure out what's working and what's not working for you. So what is it that you're going to do to market your services? You don't need to be on all the platforms. You're not leaving money on the table right now. By trying to be everywhere, you are actually leaving money on the table. So stop thinking, how can you repurpose, reuse, and all of those amazingness that you find experts talking about. You don't need that right now. What you do need is one specific way on one platform where you're talking about your offers consistently. So what does it look like for you? When I work with my clients, I am helping them create content for the platform that they are already comfortable with. So I would not tell them exactly how an Instagram caption has to be crafted if they primarily promote themselves and market themselves on LinkedIn. I don't use LinkedIn, so I don't know how LinkedIn works. So when I give them the prompts to create the content that is going to help them get visible, help them build a community, and spark demand for their offer, I am not giving them specific formats. I am not telling them if it should be as a video only, or this is how an email should be formatted, etc. I hear you. You're saying you've heard all of this many, many times in many, many ways, and you're looking for that client today aspect. And here's what I want you to understand. And this is where it gets interesting. I know you're an introvert, so going to in-person networking events is not the most appealing aspect of your business or marketing strategy. What can you do instead? From my understanding as an introvert, you do not like having conversations that don't nourish you. So where can you find conversations which are going on and can be nourishing to you? The one place that I spend most of my time is Facebook groups. Then there's Reddit, Stack Exchange, and so many others where Discord, so many others where there are people who are starting conversations, who are engaging in these conversations. Why not go to one of these places and participate? I know what you're saying. Oh my God, Seema, then I'll have to talk to so many people before I sign a client. It's not the quickest way. I've tried it, it doesn't work. People are hesitant. They don't want to get into deeper conversations for fear of being pitched. And I know you're also thinking that it is so sleazy to go insert yourself into a conversation and then pitch someone to work with you. And I agree with all of those feelings that come as a result of these thoughts. Yes, they can make you feel very uncomfortable, very not genuine, not very client-centered. It may make you feel selfish, self-centered, and you are none of those. A lot of introverts are also empaths, so coming across as selfish feels really not good in your body. So this is what I want you to think about. I'm not asking you to manipulate anyone into saying a yes to a sale. What I'm asking you to do is to guide. Think about it. When I tell my kids to do something, I don't, and when I just ask them, say, clean your room, and it doesn't work, saying, if you finish cleaning your room, you get to watch the next movie in the Avengers series, is a kind of manipulation. But they are still too young for them to understand and grasp the significance of having a clean room is helpful to having a cleaner, focused mind. It makes no sense to them yet. I know even as adults, it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. The chaos is in one place. I'm working totally, like I know how to focus when I'm working, and all of those things that can come up. But the manipulation I am doing is not from a place of just benefiting myself. It is coming from a place to get my kids to do the thing that they don't really enjoy, but they need to do, A, for their benefit, B, to be a part of this family and act as a participant rather than just someone being there. Just this aspect tells you, like, the way you do it, the intention you have is what is the most important thing. And as an introvert, I know your intentions are pure. All you want to do is help people. What I will not recommend is to go talk to someone and then suddenly switch the conversation to inviting them to work with you. Instead, talk to them, ask them questions, get curious about their life, their business. And instead of just jumping on the first opportunity to see if they're a good fit or if they need help, focus on what they're already speaking. Focus on what's on their profile. You won't find much on my profile, but you'll still get some information. Focus on how they have commented or responded to others in the same group. See if you can add them as a friend. If it feels right, there's nothing wrong with adding someone who feels like a genuine connection as a friend. So when you look at all of this, these are not manipulative, these are strategic. The goal here is to meet the person and see if you are a good fit to work together. And that need not necessarily happen only by that person coming and saying, "Hi, I want to work with you." Yes, that's possible. Yes, that will happen. But before that, there are steps that you need to take. If you're saying all of this is time consuming, Seema, this is not going to bring me clients today. As opposed to what? Creating content consistently and posting consistently. That's a smart strategy, but that's not an instant strategy. Depending on how many people you speak to, depending on how experienced you are in looking at someone's profile and assessing how good of a fit they are to work with you, depending on how much experience you have in guiding conversations, all of that determines how quickly you will sign a client. And if you keep hesitating talking to people, then you do not have all of these experiences. You are not able to figure out all of these nuances, which means it's going to take you longer. Definitely. But it'll take you longer only until you start practicing this. Saying hello to people, asking questions, inquiring about what's happening in their life. If directly jumping to business feels sleazy, ask about life. If someone sees my story or my post and talks to me about my kids, I am going to respond. Yes, the conversation eventually moves to business, and that's okay. That doesn't make me want to not respond at all. Versus someone saying, "Hi, I see you're a coach. How many clients do you have right now? Do you want to have 10 clients per month, 10 leads per month sent to you?" I am definitely not responding to that one. Like, I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know if you know my business. I don't trust that you can send 10 clients to me 10 leads to me who will, even 50% of who will become clients. So I'm not spending my time on having this conversation. So instead of saying, "This is not going to work, Seema," what is it that you're doing right now that's working? And if something's working, here's my recommendation. Forget whatever I've said. Just double down on what's already working. If it's working, make it work more. That is all. You don't need to switch strategies. You don't need to come up with a brilliant strategy. You don't need another course. You don't need another webinar. You don't need another masterclass to start signing clients. All you need to do is to meet people. How are you going to do that? What is making someone have a conversation with you? One way is your content. It takes experience again to start creating content that will initiate conversations. The other thing is to you initiating the conversation as a human being, as if you were at a networking meeting. So start initiating conversations through your content, through participating in existing conversations, through just sending messages to people. If Facebook groups is not your thing, if Instagram is your thing, send messages to people. Instagram is amazing if you want to have conversations one-on-one, because everybody is posting content. You can see what they're doing. You can check out their stories. You can check out their reels. Someone came and an Instagram coach or marketer, someone came and messaged and gave me amazing tips about my Instagram profile. The only thing was, I'm happy with my profile, my I help statement, and what she was recommending was just a different format of what I've already said. So it wasn't all that helpful, but this same person, had she reached out to me 3 to 5 years ago, I would have been blown away by her response to my content or my profile, giving free recommendation. Very nice. The next, if I was in need, the next step from her would be to invite me to an event she's hosting or on a call, and I would have definitely got on that call. Definitely. So I don't want you to overthink all of this and then keep stay in the state of struggle. I want you to get over the hurdle that I have to talk to people and start talking to people, because people are the one who are going to pay you, give you their time. So that is who you need to have conversations with. I hope this has been helpful. I am open to conversations. All you have to do is send me a message on Instagram. My handle is Seema Pateel. Send me a message, and I guarantee you I have at least one tip to give you to sign clients today. And if you're tired of the tips and hacks, then I urge you to get on a magnetic marketing call with me, where I know there's definitely something we can do right now in your marketing strategy, in your plan, that just that one tweak will land you clients. I know that with certainty. However, I cannot give you your situation specific recommendations without talking to you. So I urge you to get on that free call with me. You can find the link in the show notes of this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy signing clients. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Impactful Introvert podcast. If you want to share your views, opinions, or ask me questions, then please send me a message on Instagram. My handle is Seema Pateel. See you in the next one.